All right, for today's Sunday review, we're going to be taking a look at yet another one of the McDonald's Beast Wars Happy Meal toys. And this week we are taking a look at Beetle. Endlessly creative names here. The entire first year that they did this, all four of them just had the names of the animals. There was one that was like a folding lion head that was like called ages 3 or under or something like that. I don't have that one, but all the normal animal ones are just, of course, named after what animal they turn into. And Beetle is, of course, no exception to that. He turns into a little stag beetle here, and it's not a bad stag beetle mode. It's pretty reminiscent of Beast Wars Insecticon, if you're familiar with that figure. There's a review of him on this channel as well. But yeah, no, not a bad beetle mode. It's a little sparse on the. I mean, it doesn't have like less paint than the other ones do, but I kind of wish that the eyes were picked out or something. It looks a little bit drab as it is, but yeah, can show it off with. Manta Ray here and Rhino, the two that we have reviewed so far already. And yeah, they're a good looking bunch. It's a good Beetle mode. I just feel like with the distribution of colors and stuff like that, it feels like it needs a detail or two picked out. It feels a little bit unpainted compared to these guys, even though it's probably just as unpainted. These two are probably just as unpainted, but either way, pretty cool little Beetle mode. To transform him, you just pull the arms out to the side here a little bit, fold the legs down at the hips and at the knees, and then take the stag beetle head and then fold it down, and that'll become his chest. And there you have Beetle in his robot mode. And right off the bat, I want to mention that when I got this figure, it was kind of broken, like the knees joints were broken, so I just 3D printed some parts to replace those. So on the original toy, those parts would be green, not yellow. But I don't have a 3D printing filament of that color, so I just did yellow. It was the next best thing. There's a lot of yellow in this guy anyway. It's not a perfect match, but it's enough to just have this little McDonald's toy sitting on my shelf so you can stand in robot mode. But yeah, he's got a nice little robot mode. I'd say it's definitely a bit more proportionate than some of the other guys. Manta Ray isn't really too bad. He's a little bit, or she rather, is a little bit stumpy, but Rhino is definitely kind of an awkward creature, charitably speaking. And I think Beetle pulls off the proportions of a robot a little bit better than that, even though he's got kind of a gaping hole here in the body because there's no like body under here. So like when you fold this down, there's still kind of like a hole where his legs kind of awkwardly attached to the inside of the shell. Not a big deal, just worth mentioning. But yeah, articulation wise, not a ton to speak of. The arms can rotate up and down. This one is a little bit loose for me, but obviously your mileage will vary there. And then the hips can move forward, and then he's got that joint at the knee, obviously for transformation. But you can't really get much of a pose with that going on, so it's not super effective. Mostly, if you're going to have him there, you're just going to have him standing there. But yeah, he's got a head that is pretty reminiscent of Beast Wars Megatron, because I guess originally like preliminary designs for these guys, he was going to be a new version of Megatron, and Manta Ray was going to be a new Optimus, but that got changed somewhere along the line, and he became just Beetle. Much more creative name there, but yeah, not a bad figure at all. I definitely enjoyed these little Beast Wars McDonald's toys, and I think he's one of the better ones, especially for the first year. But yeah, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do BotBots reviews on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then other reviews like these on Sundays. And without further ado, here we have the Beast Wars McDonald's Happy Meal Beetle.